Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 104-114 loss to the Charlotte Hornets. Riker, 10-point deficit. We breaking it out early, sir.
Ben, but not only that, not only the hat, this is for the OGs. This is for the people who have been with the podcast since day one. Not only do we have the hat, we have the shirt, Ben. We got the shirt going. I cannot believe that the Raptors Digest has made it to this point. But listen, we got partners lined up, which we are going to be slowly introducing or quickly introducing now as time goes along. But I'm doubling it up. Hat plus shirt. And you know what I want to start with, Ben? 2K ratings. 2K ratings. We like to talk about basketball in the real, but everybody who's an avid NBA fan at least knows the culture that is NBA 2K. And we talked about LaMelo Ball as an upcoming prospect and said, would the Raptors trade a player of the caliber of, say, Fred VanVleet for a pick of LaMelo Ball? And we said, he is a guy that he displays potential in being a superstar, but what he's at right now just isn't worth trading right now assets. And Ben, his 2K rating, LaMelo Ball, is currently 85. I'm going to rapid fire you. What do you think the 2K rating is of? Let's go starting lineup and sixth man. Norman Powell, what do you think his 2K rating is?
2K still updates like weekly.
Current.
Okay, so I feel Norm's got some juice. I'm putting him at 84.
84, he's at 81. LaMelo's at 85. Let's keep this the benchmark. Kyle Lowry, I'm going up in terms of skill. Norman Powell, 81. Kyle Lowry,
86, out of respect.
84, less than LaMelo Ball. Pascal Siakam.
Bro, I used to be a 2K guy, but now I don't know. Siakam.
Higher or lower than LaMelo?
He's got to be higher than LaMelo.
He's an 84, lower than LaMelo Ball. And final guy, Fred VanVleet. What do you think his 2K score is right now?
See, like, I feel like Fred should be high, but if Siakam's an 84, I'm guessing like 79 or something.
He's an 85. He's the best rated player on the Toronto Raptors. Therefore, by 2K's ratings, if you put LaMelo Ball on the Raptors, he would be tied for the best player on this team. And you know what? Despite COVID keeping out Pascal Siakam, keeping out OG, keeping out Fred VanVleet, LaMelo Ball was able to shine. The Raptors got devastated. Ben, how do you feel about this game?
This game was something to behold. You said it right there, Riker. You got the hat, you got the shirt now. Right? Well, our guy Tyson, our new video editor, also cooked something up, and I want to sum up this game our own way. So let's both break out some Walmart action. Man, because that Walmart segment, we got the hat, we got the shirt, we got the segment, because this game was peak Walmart Raptors. And, you know, people have been saying in the post-game reactions, the past few of them, should we tank? Should we go back to the bottom? Are we a horrible team? No, we don't have any of our players. We don't have any of those guys like that particularly you just mentioned. And tonight, we basically didn't have Lowry or Norman Powell. They struggled in this. Lowry was all right for stretches. Norman Powell really struggled from the field. 13 points for Norman Powell, 19 points for Lowry. You can't really expect. Neither of those guys came into the season expected to be number one options. Norman Powell has been our savior over the past, I guess it's 3 weeks or 2 weeks now with the All-Star break, or the past few games, because he's been able to at least get us some buckets. But tonight, obviously, as you'd expect, he's going to come back down to earth a little bit. So when that's the case, even though this was a 10-point game, and I know there were some heroics from Ellenson, Matt Thomas, Harris down the stretch, but this game was a 30-point blowout the whole way, Riker. So I think, have we peaked? Have we peaked at the Walmart Raptors? Are we higher than we were at the beginning of the season, the 2-8 team? Is this the peak, Riker?
This is a tough look because if you look at the composition of the Charlotte Hornets, you would expect they'd be a bottom feeder. And alas, here the Raptors are still below 500, still struggling, still really hurting to find, a consistent piece in this team. We thought it was Norman Powell. There was a fantastic meme that I saw on Instagram of some sort of teacher or professor came in, same walk into his classroom every day. The meme was that Norman Powell. It's just become habitual that he's going to get 25 points. And tonight, like you said, 13. We couldn't even rely on him to score against the Charlotte Hornets of all teams. But you're right. It's not panic mode. It's not time to worry. When there's guys out, 3/5 of the entire starting lineup is out with COVID protocols. You're not going to put together a win. That's a very tough time to beat any team in the NBA because these are all NBA players. These are the best basketballers in the world, regardless of their score, regardless of what you think the team should do, right? These are legitimate players. So it's going to be hard to win any game when you have 3 of your best 5 players out, Ben. So I don't think panic mode should instill, but what I think is a real challenge right now is just getting fandom, just getting people into the Raptors, getting people to support the team, getting people to feel like this team has the chance to go on a run. And I hope a move is made before the trade deadline. I hope something is done to shake up the team because we need excitement again. We need to inject some fun into this team because it's not fun to be a Raptors fan right now.
Yeah, and the thing about it is because at the start of the year, it was fun. It was fun when the Fade for Cade stuff was happening. You know, we were talking about, will we actually tank? Are we actually this bad? But then we became good. And obviously when you're going on runs, when you're getting exciting, then it's a positive thing, right? Like everyone wants to be good. We were the 4th seed. Then obviously we got ravaged by the COVID. So it's a tough look, but we're not out of the playoff picture. We're not in a place where, you know, we're not going to get guys. But obviously it's tough to watch the games when the Raptors, we question their depth fully healthy. We questioned the depth on this team when we had all of our guys, especially in the front court. Then you lose a Siakam and OG, who are your only 2 reliable front court players. Chris Boucher has become that. I don't want to slander Chris Boucher. He's been good. He was solid tonight as well, 16 points, 4 of 10. But again, he's like a power forward. He's not a true down low bucket getter around the rim like OG and Siakam are. Well, I guess Chris Boucher is solid there as well. But it's you're out of those guys, and Fred VanVleet, obviously the guy that we expected to be all-stars, the highest rated 2K Raptor is gone. You lose some depth with McCaw and Malachi. It's tough. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work for this team. So we're going to be fine when the guys come back. It's a question of, can we at least get a couple wins before those guys come back so we're not fighting for a play-in seed and we're actually fighting for a top 4 seed.
And the Raptors of last season and every season prior were a team that never struggled to beat sub 500 teams or the teams that they were expected to beat. It was when we were down on the Raptors, it's because they couldn't pull out wins against the Boston Celtics or the Milwaukee Bucks or the Cleveland Cavaliers when they had LeBron James or the Lakers. You know, any of those top challenging teams in the regular season, that's when we'd be low on the Raptors. This season, they like to lose against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They like to lose against the Charlotte Hornets, who are now above 500. The Knicks are above 500. The Hawks are above them in standings. The Miami Heat, who were like dead last in the East, they've now come up and they're 2 games above 500. So just with all of these different narratives and the Raptors to be below these teams in the standings, that's what's particularly crushing. But again, I don't think that it's the time to really abandon ship. I don't think that it's time to get off the bandwagon and go and root for another team. I think there's life left in this Raptors squad. I think that with the coaching, with the team that's assembled, hopefully a trade happens to bring one more piece in, another big man or something. And I think that this team has a chance because it's still really close. I mean, the Raptors are sub 5 and they're still in the mix, Ben. They're still right there. They're just hanging on. They just need to stop losing.
Right here. I have some Drummond gifs in the gift loop that has been playing completely by accident. Are you on the Andre Drummond bandwagon right now? Is it a sign?
Listen, I'll tell you this: if he signs with if he's bought out and signs to the Nets, I'm going to cry. You will see a live video of me shedding tears on this. But Ben, I think there's a lot to talk about. I think that we should maybe go into the segments. Full disclosure, Ben and I, in full sadness, did not watch a ton of this game. So I don't know how in depth our segments are going to be. So if you have better ideas, bring them up in the comments.
I got a couple. But
all right, let's hear it.
Yeah, you know, the first one, the spicy Pele of the day. And we're repping a lot of things for the OGs, the people... The people that are watching through these tough times. We got a lot of fun stuff. We had the Walmart shirt. We had the Walmart segment. And now we're bringing something to you. Take it away, Ryker.
Yo, this is straight up. My lighting is terrible for this right now, so you're barely going to see it. We're gonna fix that up, and we have all of the gear. We got the cleanest shirt. I can't block the mic. Cleanest shirt, the hottest hot sauce, the spicy Pele in full form, in perfect fashion. We've partnered up with a hot sauce company, Ben. So as time goes on, we're gonna give the full details on that. We're just teasing tonight.
Yeah.
We're just teasing to say
We're teasing
the
everything.
spicy Pele. We're teasing it all, Ben. But it makes perfect sense that the spicy Pele, the fans' favorite segment, we've partnered up with a hot sauce straight from Peru, a local Toronto-based company. So it's exciting. But Ben, break us down with what the spicy Pele is of the evening.
Well, clearly, it's got to go to Terrence Davis early in this game. It was the one positive moment I recall from watching this game. And drove into the lane, had a guy on him, and just sort of threw it back behind his head. I think it was to Boucher for a nice yam. That was exciting to play, an exciting play. Boucher had some wild moments in this from what we've saw. He got hit in the head a couple times. I think Bridges, for no reason, pushed him over, but it was nice to see him get a dunk, sort of hold his own. He had a fast break. There was one point I want to bring up, Riker. Okay? It's
Sure.
a question. It's a hypothetical. We're talking 2K at the beginning of this podcast, and Chris Boucher with a handle. Is that an all-star?
It's a question to put out there. This is what happened at the beginning of the season. He was shooting a better 3-point percentage than Steph Curry. He had more blocks total than Miles Turner and Rudy Gobert. So this guy, he has all of the fundamentals required to be an impact player, to potentially be a starter, to maybe be an all-star, but it's the same as Pascal Siakam, same as OG Anunoby. You have to develop your handle because once guys figure out, hey, this guy's a shooter, they get right up on you. The very next evolution, the very next step in that game is you need to be able to dribble around guys, Ben.
Yeah, and he came down at one moment in this game. He just had enough with this mess of action that was on the basketball court, and he just dribbled down like Giannis and went straight into the lane, and with those long arms, it reminds me of Matt Devlin whenever he talked about Bebe Nogueira, the length of Nogueira, the length of Boucher, went up and got him a bucket on a fast break. I think he took 2 dribbles to get down the court, so if we see Boucher with the handle, I'm calling it all-star. That's a guy right now. But, Riker, not all plays can be the spicy Pele of the day. And some just make you say, oh, geez. Some take you to Walmart with the Walmart Raptors. Do you have anything in mind, Riker?
I don't, but also somebody mentioned the pylon, and we just talked about Chris Boucher. We have another fantastic animation. It's just full memes. This video, again, this one, there's 117 people watching, Ben. It's only the loyalist of the loyal fans that are on the podcast. My OGs is just, I tuned in the first quarter. The Raptors were already down in the first 4 minutes, 19-2. I tuned back in to close the half. They're down by about 30 points. I tune into the third. They're still down. I tune in the fourth. They're still down. It's the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, man.
This game gave me flashbacks of my childhood, Riker. You know those games where the team just is down by 30? Because even at the start of this year, we were close in all the games. Even though we were losing, we were 2-8, we were close. The past few have just been shades of the 2006 Toronto Raptors, the 2007 Raptors, where we would just be so down. Like, I 7-year-old me I went back into that form. I hear Jack Armstrong and Matt Devlin talking, even though it was Leo tonight, but I just go back to that time when they spend the whole fourth quarter talking about random stories, and that was my memory of Raptors games. And Leo and Matt had a great time with a coffee conversation tonight. I felt good. I felt all right about it. It's not something I want to live over and over again, but for a couple times a year, there's an excuse for it. I'm chill with it. It's an all right thing.
That's fair. What was that, your OGs, or was that the Mari Carroll Gold Star?
That is everything. It's the whole game.
I want to bring some positivity back into this. So let's do the DeMari Carroll. We've done this once before. It's the anti-DeMari Carroll Gold Star Award. It's in an alternate universe where things go so positively that there's
he
nothing
doesn't get hurt.
to give.
He doesn't get hurt. A healthy DeMari Carroll, because he would have been good.
Listen, when you bring a guy in 3 and D and he doesn't give you the 3 nor the D, then you have an issue with this fella. But listen, it's appropriately named, but it's what we're calling the anti-Damari Carroll Gold Star. It's the anti-matter. It's the galaxy symboled. And what I want to bring up is that we got gear now, Ben. We got ourselves. I want to flash it. We got ourselves sweaters.
Jeez.
We got ourselves the OGs. We've got ourselves some clean gold logos, Ben. And, there's a shining glimmer of hope in all of this that one day the Raptors are going to figure out how to win. They're going to get themselves out of the 9th seed in the East. They're going to emerge number 2, like you predicted at the beginning of the season. Things are going to be good. There's going to be at least 1,000 fans in the watch. People are going to be in the like section. The Raptors will probably win the championship. This is in our alternate universe, but we're getting closer there. Maybe, hopefully. That's my goal.
Once the boys, this is the time, and I'm putting it up on the board. Road to 20K subscribers. There's a car. There's a little bandwagon. This car can become a bandwagon because this team. Everyone's off it right now. There's space. I think it's just Ryker and I here driving that car with Kyle Lowry, right?
Oh, man.
We're getting people, it's fair. Fair enough. The team is not fun to watch right now, but you can't lose your support. You can't lose your faith. They're going to bounce back. We're going to be good. You got the drip. Ryker, show that again. Show that. Dude. Show that hoodie. That OGs.
What am I the OGs? The OGs is... my voice will not be in this very well. The OGs is there. I'm extremely proud of the regular sweater. Hold up. I can't even hold it properly, man.
You got that there.
We've come a long way. Yeah. And anyways, it's all going to be introduced in true partnership format, but that's it, Ben. That's it.
We got Quinn's Raptors. Quinn's Raptors recap. He's still in the car. Like, everyone get on the car. Get in the chat. We appreciate it. Ryker, should we sound off in the final segment?
Sound it off.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Beep, 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 beep.
Woo!
Beep, 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 beep.
Woo! The final alarm is back. It's our top segment. It's our most asked for segment, so we're bringing it back. We want to hear you guys. We want to hear your takes on this game, on the Raptors. We're going to come out with a your take. You said it, not us. Or your take, not our... Forget the name of the segment we have. But we'll come up with some of those. We'll announce on IG. But we want to hear you guys currently in the chat. What are your thoughts on the Toronto Raptors? I saw someone say, Ryker, should we waive Matt Thomas?
Honestly. What were you saying about 2 Matt Thomases, Ben? I want you to sound off on that.
We got 2 Matt Thomases out there. We got tall Matt Thomas and Henry Ellenson.
You're not liking this pickup from the Raptors?
I'm a fan of Matt Thomas. People in the chat are talking about Matt Thomas and stuff, that we should waive him. I think, Matty Ice, he just needs a moment. And Ryker, in a game that was so horrific, so tough to watch, right? I want you to guess Matt Thomas's plus minus for this game.
Spoilers, because you already told me before. He was finally above. He was finally above. He might have been top ranked on the team. He was in the 20-ish.
24. And do you know Henry Ellenson's?
No, I don't.
Take a guess.
He was obviously above it as well. He probably did all right.
You got to guess. You got to throw out a number, bro.
10.
17. 17 and 24 for Matt Thomas and tall Matt Thomas. So it's a...
I like that. It's a tall Matt Thomas.
It's a respect. Even though he went 1 for 5 from 3, I don't really know what was going on there. But he's a 3-point shooting big man. The new Bargnani coming out into town. But yeah, let's see what the chat is also saying. These losses exposed our bench production. That is very true. Would you agree with that?
I thought the bench produced just as much as the starters did in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But our starters currently are our bench.
Oh, fair. Listen, you know what? The thing is, I'm ready to move along from this one. I'm ready to move along from it, Ben. There were some highlights in this one. We got to see LaMelo Ball, who again supplanted onto this Toronto Raptors team, would apparently, by 2K standards, become tied for the best player on the Toronto Raptors. We passed on him. We gave him a pass in the most recent offseason to say we would not trade for him. Supposedly, we made the wrong decision there, Ben. But end of the day, 3 starters are missing. It's not time to panic. The bench is pretty desperate. I would like to sign Andre Drummond or someone, or trade, I don't know, not Ricky Rubio, but anyone else in the trade deadline before that occurs. So that's it. That's my assessment.
That's your assessment. I'm going to throw out my assessment again, just quickly in this one. It's really the only way to describe this game. It's tough. It is what it is. Deep bench, I thought there were some promising things, but we're not going to dive too much into it. Paul Watson at 12 points. Ellenson and the boys look good. So the boys will come back when they're healthy, when they got their squad. At least Fred or Siak, one of the guys comes back, I think we'll be fine. We got the shirt to match, so if we are bad, we do have the merch. I'm still waiting on mine coming in. Ryker got his shipped to him in Ontario the day before he came back to Newfoundland. So he's flexing all this drip, and I'm just here waiting for it to get shipped. So it is what it is. You guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Twitter, the Instagram, all the cool stuff. Check out the TikTok, raptorsdigest.ca for some articles. William Fletcher's asking if you guys want some pizza. Ryker, I'm sounded off. You have any last words on some za?